not very long ago that I made my last one, but I just want to get used to streaming thoughts. I feel like it would be nicer if this was higher, but anyway, okay. You know, it is what it is. So I'm really looking forward to exploring across these few states that I want to cross over. And anyone I've told so far, my friend Kerry, she's really gung-ho about it, but she's like, whoa, that's a drive. And I'm sure when I tell Pam, I'm going to be like, crazy. So I put the camera back on because I realized that one of the things Pam said to me when I was staying with her in Vale is to make it fun. You know, work doesn't have to feel hard. It doesn't have to feel like a slog or effort. There's an episode on Elizabeth Gilbert's podcast series called Big Magic. Watch it. Listen to it. Where she interviews Brene Brown, and they speak about this. But Elizabeth Gilbert also speaks about it in her book Big Magic, which I listened to in audio version while I was on safari in Kenya a couple of weeks ago. It was a great soundtrack to the wildebeest migration in the Masai Mara and the Serengeti. Anyway, I digress. And what she says, what Elizabeth Gilbert says, is that you got to follow your curiosity, because the idea of creativity or being a creative can be really intimidating and scary and stressful and cause us far too much anxiety, and that's not what it's supposed to be about. It's supposed to be a good experience, a great experience. And Brene Brown, who's written some amazing books. First of all, if you haven't watched her TED Talk, start there. There are two main ones that I'm aware of. Watch them in sequence. She does one, and then she does another one, and the second one refers to the first one, so make sure you watch them in order. And then she's got a whole bunch of great books, but the only ones that are in my orbit and I highly recommend is Daring Greatly and Rising Strong. So that's a side note. So Brene Brown, who's written these books, talked about how her process of writing books was quite excruciating. She kind of sit herself down and she kind of flog herself on the back for not writing long enough, not writing well enough, not pulling this off. It was a real effort to write her books. And then Elizabeth Gilbert gave her this piece of advice. She said, why? It doesn't have to be hard, it should be fun, it should be light, you should enjoy it. Which is exactly what my friend Pam, my new favorite friend Pam Valentine told me. And what what Brene Brown did then was, for her next book, she got a whole bunch of her friends or her colleagues who are friends with her, and they went off to this beach house, I believe, and they had like a writing party. And because Brene Brown is such a fantastic storyteller, she'd stand and just tell the stories that make the point of what her book was about, and her friends would capture it. And I think then Brene Brown would take what her friends had captured and transcribe that into the makings of the book. And yesterday, when my friend Pam challenged me on a comment I made to her, I said to her, you know, I've always kind of just been the person who, without really trying, in high school got really good grades, better than the grades of some of my close friends who used to study really hard. And I've often wondered, like, if I really tried, like if I really pushed myself, if I really worked hard, what would I be able to accomplish? And I totally expected it to go, yeah, no, you gotta sit down, you gotta be disciplined, you gotta be better. And she didn't. She said, no, it doesn't have to be hard. You gotta let go of that old belief. You've got to just realize that it can be fun. And I didn't know what my fun version of creating content would be, because writing does feel like it would be a challenge for me. It's not to say I can't find a way to make writing fun, but video blogging whilst on a road trip across the States about all of the things that I find fascinating, that's fun. So I'm having some fun here and sharing my streaming thoughts that are informed by the people, the thinkers of our time, the challenges that I'm facing in trying to create the content for the course that I'm busy designing, and the amazing people that I'm meeting along the way. Yay! So that's what my blogging's about.